All right,
I have a
everybody.
lot to say.
Same. I hope it's not some hot takes.
I don't think I have that many hot takes.
Great, should we
I have
get...
one. Yeah, sorry.
No, what were you going to say? You have to finish now. What were you going to say?
No, I don't. I will get to it when we get to it.
Spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode activated.
Hello and welcome to the penultimate. Never miss a chance to say a top 10 English language word, penultimate.
What was the episode called? Do we remember?
We do. We totally do. And now I'm forgetting. Why do you always put me on the spot like this?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
It was...
I'm also Googling it.
It's far.
The price.
It's far. It's the price. The price, of course.
The price.
Price must be paid. All right, everybody, welcome to the spoiler mode for the penultimate episode of season 2 of The Last of Us. Episode 6 of 7. The price. As Gabby wanted us to know, which is important. The price is right. The price is right. The price is wrong. Wow. We are back. The highest highs and the lowest lows. The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, you put that on its...
I agree.
On its gravestone, honestly. The game, the movie, the highest highs, the lowest lows. Gabby, go. Initial thoughts.
Gabby, go.
Initial thoughts.
I really loved it. I was emotional. I was so happy to see Pedro again and Joel again, that everyone's acting was on point. And I also, this touched on one of my favorite themes in The Last of Us, which is the humanity of one's parents.
Yes.
And, you know, how trauma is passed down from generation to generation. Yeah.
That's why it's so depressing sometimes when you feel like humanity is not getting better, it's getting worse. That's what I thought about a little bit, of just like, holy shit, dude. If everybody just had good parents, or even like a shitty parent that realizes they're a shitty parent and is like, be better than me, you know, just like being better, dude. I think of Naruto. The old generation or the new generation should always surpass the old. And that's like kind of the theme of that show / manga, of just like being better than the last generation. And I feel like that's such a good take on just humanity as human beings. You know, I spend a lot of time with my 96-year-old grandpa, a lot. And like that context is so humanizing, because he has been through and has seen a lot, and he has just kind of no stake left in the human race. It's just like, dude, I'm almost out of here. And he just talks about, you know, the changes and how like you want to be better and leave better, and just society being better than it was. And he just talks about how like some things are a lot better, some things are not better. Just shit.
What's the quote? It's like a tree, like plant the seeds of a tree whose shade you will never get to see.
Dude, epic. That sounds like some friggin' ancient shit. That's epic. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so true though. Because it's like, yeah, you plant it, it's not going to be here for you, but also like eventually bettering society, which I'm all about. I love that. Somebody in chat says Tony Dalton, dude. Hell yeah.
Was he Eugene?
He was the dad.
He was the dad. Okay.
You should know who Eugene
Pantoliano.
is. Yeah, because you are a cipher. You're a cipher.
That's Cypher?
Yes. That's your Lord and Savior Cypher, Gabby.
Yeah, that's my Lord and Savior Cypher.
I'm just fucking with you.
Is he an intergalactic? Someone said another intergalactic crossover.
Dude, is he? I think Tony Dalton is. Yeah. For sure.
Oh.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So yeah, what did we think of Joel as a
Looking at my notes,
child?
sorry.
Joel as a child.
Oh yeah,
Gabby.
this was
were
wow. I was in shock that we saw this at all.
Shocked.
Um.
Joel's dad's a pig.
Oh my god, wait. Okay, wait. I wrote because first we saw Joel's dad being a cop who hits his kids.
Yeah.
And then we saw Seth and he was like, I used to be a cop.
Yep.
So I wrote this episode is a scathing indictment of cops.
Hell yes. I love this.
We see two children terrified that their cop father is gonna hit them, and then
I love this.
Seth fucking is a is a homophobe.
Yep. Yep. Problematic cops.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Very interesting. In the did you watch the behind the scenes?
I started to and I stopped because this episode was such a 10 out of 10 that I wanted my own thoughts here. That's the only reason I did not watch it. I just wanted to sit in my own take.
Yeah. Something Craig Mazin was talking about the flashback was that we see that Joel has always kind of been inclined to lie in order to protect people that he loves.
Yes. Yes.
And
I was thinking about lying. I was thinking about it lying heavily, but go on.
It's also Joel, I find Joel so selfless in general. Like he so rarely acts in a selfish way. So to have this moment where he does make what Ellie for Ellie to call him selfish, which she does at the end of this episode, but for Ellie to think of something he did as selfish must hurt him.
Yeah.
Like down to his core, you know?
Right in his belly. And then he has the line of like, maybe you'll ever understand, you probably won't. Yeah. Like it's upsetting because he uses it as like an excuse that he is this like parental figure. And of course, obviously the loaded trauma of Sarah, of course. But just, right. Like you're saying, of just like, using this position to just like being that overprotective parent, I guess.
Yeah. One thing, so we did get one flashback that isn't in the game, which is the Eugene stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish we had another flashback, like a happy flashback that wasn't in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I love Pantaleano. I'm a Pantaleano head. I like that. That's cool.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no, Eugene.
Yeah. Of course. So again, I just always like to get my biases out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Pantaleano, Eugene, damn, great. I'm into that. You know what I mean? Like that hits different to me than someone who is like, who is this bald man? You know? So it's just, right. So I was just like on board. I was on board right away.
Totally. The old intro. I like that we got the old intro. And wait, so we can loop back at the end. Joel's dad. Yeah, loved it. Joel's dad said, what was the line? Someone just wrote it in chat. Oh, when it's your turn, I hope you do a little better than me.
10 out of 10 line. That's the Emmy line right there.
One's parents.
Yeah,
that's the Emmy line.
Yeah, that's the best screenplay.
Star.
That's the best screenplay, like best written episode. Boom. You have a line like that is just like, that's good. That's good.
Nope.
Yeah. Tommy talking about like getting the belt was intense. I'm gonna get the belt.
Whoa.
Like, whoa, dude.
Druckmann put it into perspective in the behind the scenes where he said, like, you know, this man is doing the best he can. And he makes a decision that surprises right, it's not gonna, like, that is wrong, but also he is doing the best that he knows how. And he does make that decision that shocks Joel to leave instead of beating his kids, which is
Yeah.
great. I'm glad he did that. But again, it's
Progress.
something that yeah, it's probably right, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, all parents are like doing well, I won't say all parents are doing the best they can, but all parents don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Before we move on for that, I am very shocked and I'm very pleased with seeing Joel and Tommy as children. You know, it's a big deal. You're ingesting this serious lore into one of the most iconic, if divisive, characters in the history of video games. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And when we were through it, I liked it. I'm a positive on that scene because it worked in this show. That's what I always come back to. If it works narratively in the show, whatever additions, subtractions, or revisions you do, if it works for the show, I'm cool with it. So
yeah, great.
Yeah, that was great.
Great.
Yeah.
And
then it's
go on.
Yeah, no, and then it goes to Ellie and him on their little
the guitar.
Yeah, the guitar, dude.
The guitar
with the dinosaur bone, dude.
That's the sexiest. That's the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Future Days, dude. Yeah, intense. So great. Of course,
Pedro Pascal like doing a trade. You know,
so sick.
He's so
wholesome.
hot.
So can't find the words.
That's sexy AF.
Yes. Love
like,
it.
Him. This episode made me feel crazy.
I love it.
Oh my god! Like, when he, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Say it.
When she's like on pills or whatever, and she's like whatever, and he said, "Easy, baby girl." I was like,
oh my god.
it's like in Red Dead Redemption 2, how if Arthur has a female horse, he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, it's whoa girl, it's okay girl,
easy girl. Yeah.
Sorry, is there static, Chad? Sorry,
A little bit.
my cord like popped out for a second.
Great scene though when
Yes.
Oh, she had such a funny line and I forget what it was though. I totally forget. Classic Ellie though. Classic Ellie there though. Like high out of her mind on painkillers. It was excellent.
Yeah.
It was really good. Super good.
Yeah.
I kept getting confused. Somebody help me out. Gabby, help me out. Chad, help me out. It kept being like, she's 15 1 year later. Happy 17th birthday. 1 year later.
No.
Happy 19th birthday.
No.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
The first one we saw, when she gets the cake,
Yeah.
that's her 16th birthday.
But he fucked it up.
Then-
Okay. I lost count. I
No,
lost
sorry,
count.
no. Sorry. That's her 15th birthday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's her 15th birthday.
Okay.
Then we see 1 year later, and then
She was 17.
no,
It was weird.
it was 2 years later. Then it was 2 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was 16, 17, 19.
No, it was 15. No, Museum was 17th birthday.
15. Yeah, I was like, this. I was like, why is
It made sense.
Okay,
I promise it made sense.
I believe it.
At one point, they
Obviously,
skipped 2
obviously.
years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it. Chill. Yeah. Anyway, I lost count. I was like, dude, I'm losing it. Whoops.
Happy 15th birthday, Eli.
That was so funny.
I love that.
I love that. And again, the Seth perspective.
The Seth lore.
The Seth lore here continues.
A
Robert John Byrne.
homophobic cop who likes to
who
likes to bake.
This is out of control here. Out of control. I'm cool with it. Again, it's another actor I'm fond of that I've seen throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
There's rarely any Seth interactions in the game. It's a character you are free to expand upon. And I thought they've been doing it to mostly good effect here. You know, again, high highs and low lows. I remember it was like kind of almost being a little too much when they were like sneaking out, but it was still like, I'm still cool with it.
Yeah. For sure. What?
I was going to move on to the next birthday, but do you have anything?
Oh, are we talking about which birthday are we talking about now?
Dino DNA.
Yeah. And that's the one we're about to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. That's my next.
Dinos. Dino hype. Dino DNA.
Dino DNA. I'm a strand of DNA.
Iconic. Just one of the best moments. I will say, I'm going to get the bad out of the way. I'm very fond of her jumping into the water when she's
That's not safe.
But then I was like, but also her not doing it. I was like, it made me think of the whole season. Actually, it was actually a very big moment for my easing up on the game. The show. This was a pivotal moment for my viewing experience. Her not jumping, I was like, you know what? From here on till forever, from here to forever, when I jump into the water, when I replay The Last of Us 2, that's for me. That's for us.
You also don't have to jump in the water.
You also don't have to jump. You got to jump in the water, though. You got to jump in.
I know. But it's optional. You can turn right around and not jump in the water.
For sure. But it was like, then I just started thinking of like, the game does this, the show does this, whatever, like the pressure of it each week to week to week versus like, they are clearly telling such the slowest burn story ever.
Yeah.
And I've just been like a little wound up, just a little wound tight. And it's like, breathe, the slowest burn story, breathe, let it sit. But it's like, also that is real. It's hard on a first viewing to be kind of slow and steady, but I was already imagining my rewatches of like slow burn. Anyway.
Yeah, I think possibly when the next half of season of game 2 comes out, I think I wonder if it'll feel more cohesive, to watch them back to back.
Totally, because it is. We have one episode left, and like, this is half of a season. I don't care. Like, as good as your episode 7 is, this is half of a season. This is all over the place. We've seen Abby once, 1.5 times. We've seen Isaac like 1 or 1.5 times.
Right. It's like
remember we had like the Jackson arc for the first couple episodes. That's kind of just been like, it's just
they had Jeffrey Wright for 4 hours.
Totally. Less than that. To film, you mean? They got him in the studio. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had him for one work day.
Totally.
And then they had to send him back to wherever.
You're so right.
They were like rushing him from the exterior flashback to the torture chamber, and they're both on the same lot. Yeah. Oh, we've definitely talked about it, Modest Mind, the inconsistencies, which is in general of this season, the highest highs and low lows. I loved episode 1. Yep.
I loved episode
6,
3 or 4. One of those I loved.
Something.
Yeah. So yeah, I think 1, 4, and 6. But yeah, again, the truncated nature always hurts a little bit. Not going into the museum and you know, again, somebody in chat mentioned the fedoras on the dinos is such a great and just yeah,
but
like,
that's not necessarily
no
like TV. Like any producer or director or whatever, if they shot that, is going to be like, we don't need this.
Yes.
Like, we have a TRT of 1 hour and we need to meet that.
And on that note, Gabby, welcome to my TED Talk. On that note, because a video game is not a TV show, right? For all the haters out there that were like, oh, it's just a TV show. Oh, the game is just a show. All the game is just a show. Bullshit.
Makes no sense.
Absolute insane, or it's just a movie. Absolute insane bullshit. Because the video game lets us spend over a fucking hour runtime walking through the woods, climbing the dinosaur, walking into the museum, reading the pamphlets, looking at Joel, putting the hat on him, messing around in the chair, the little wheelie chair, like freaking Ellie in this shit. Like, all of those little moments we are afforded by playing a video game instead of a TV show or a movie, using its strengths.
Okay, we can either dedicate an entire episode to this flashback, or we can, kind of play on this theme using multiple flashbacks. And I said, after we logged off last time, I said to Huber, like, I think the next episode, so this episode that we just watched, I think the next episode is going to be dueling flashbacks, Abby and Ellie, but clearly we're not really getting Abby in this season.
Nope.
So yeah,
next season.
But there's multiple. All this to say, like, there's multiple ways to set up a season of television, especially if you are adapting something like that. And I thought this was a good choice. Like, I think they could have done it a number of ways, and this is just the one they decided on.
Totally. Excellent episode for Druckmann himself to direct, of course. Chai's pointing out, of course.
Yeah.
Front and center. Can't miss it. Druckmann. Intense. Anytime a creator is in charge of their own work, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anytime his name is there, I am extra pleased, and I am extra ready. It's like, all right, stakes just raised a little. Oh, Druckmann's directing this one. Stakes a little higher.
Yeah, my expectations are high.
Same. Anytime Mason is like writing it, of course, the creator of the show, and Haley Gross was on there as well. She wrote the screenplay. Like, all of them wrote the screenplay of this one. This was definitely a little extra love, dude. A little tender, little extra, dude. Loved it. But again, just wanted to shout out those beneficial moments that a video game can have, being able to take time when they do, and of course, I mean, it goes without saying, always being in control of the character. You just have a little extra.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Playing a video game is the closest, related experience is being in a play or seeing a play.
Love that.
It's slightly different every time, no matter what.
So then we got another flash forward, and I loved this one. Give me all the fucking moments.
Flash forward.
Flash forward,
you mean
flash
from that
sideways,
moment?
flash. Yeah, flash forward. Previously on Lost, Gabby. Come on now. Flash sideways. Yo, what if Last of Us had a flash sideways? It'd be insane. Joel out there, like, hitting a nuke, like, Don't, dude.
Oh wait, I wanted to ask
Chad is
something about the end of this.
Chad is instigating me. Mark VDV is instigating.
Yeah, they are. They are.
What are you gonna ask?
The end of the Dino birthday.
Yeah.
What is she looking at? She like pauses and looks at a stump.
Yeah. What was that about? The stump.
I didn't get that. I thought I missed something maybe, but
Yeah, the firefly. It was definitely
but
fireflies.
it's daytime, so there's no
Yeah.
firefly.
But why was it a stump?
Yeah, I was confused by that.
Scuzz Benson. I had a Discord watch and I had no idea what they meant. yeah. Because in the show, it's so clear or in the game, she's in the museum. Joel busts in and there's a big Firefly logo on the wall. So obvious.
And she sees the moose getting downed by the wolves.
All the like sentimental shit.
Yeah.
And then, of course, culminating in the Firefly logo. And then they kind of have a moment. They're there and then they leave. Cut. What was the stump?
Yeah, I'm not
What was
sure about that.
I had a Discord watch and had no idea what they meant. Scuzz, that is my favorite. That is the best. I will forever say the best thing a human can possibly do is What? It's my favorite. It's my favorite emote possible by any human. Yeah, what? It was getting darker already. You could see them, says level 3 mics. So there must have been some
I don't think so, but
buzzing.
sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I was filling in my own holes with my game knowledge, so I was like, fireflies, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I want to say before I forget. I find it really interesting, and obviously, you know, this scene is this level's in the game and all this, but I find it really interesting that this episode is kind of all about birthdays because the whole game and the whole show starts on Joel's birthday.
Yeah.
So there's like this
really well made
kind of,
that theme. I love that, Gabby. It's a great call.
yeah.
This
theme of like, you know,
you're so
birthdays, getting older. What does it mean to what does time even mean in the post-apocalypse?
Dude, and it's one of those like Emmy bait episodes, flashback, bottle episode, Emmy bait. It didn't feel pretentious for a second.
No.
It just felt good, man. This episode was like somehow the most like expected, cliche, heightened Oscar Emmy bait, but also understated at the same time. It was just existed and it was just, yeah, I loved it.
I mean, if you're Craig, like, they're not writing Emmy bait. Like, it's Craig Mazin. Whatever. He doesn't care. He has his Emmys.
Totally.
He doesn't need more.
Yeah. But just the idea of like, okay, our penultimate episode is going to be a full flashback that has nothing to do, but everything to do with the present. And it's going to feature our star that's now gone. Like on paper, it's like, all right, what do you got? Again, it's just those higher expectations. You know, this episode is a thing. And it also is adapting some of the most important material in the entire franchise for the game. We have the porch. We have the space museum, dude, listening to the tape.
Yeah, that was great.
Like, it was just a lot. And I think it delivered. I think it absolutely delivered. What do you think of the space tape?
It was great. I mean, it's so perfect in the game. That whole level and that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he so earnestly asks her, like, do you want to go to space? Like, is that something, like, do you want to be an astronaut when you grow up, basically? Yeah. I don't know, I think it's both trying to kind of normalize life in the apocalypse, but it's also, I think, a genuine hope that her life will be better than his ended up being.
The good
And
times.
right, and she will be able to make choices that he didn't make because, or he didn't have the opportunity to make because he saved her life, and now she has the opportunity to make more choices.
Love that. I also love when she was like, it works. He's like, greased it up. The planetary.
So
I think somebody was like, yeah, greased it up. It's like, dude, sick. He planned it all out. And I do love that line that's in the game of that is a thing that was mighty hard to find or whatever, the tape. I love that. That line was like word for word.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorites. Okay, and then we flash, of course. We flash to the tattoo.
Oh yeah.
The smoking dope. Are you smoking dope, Ellie? Are you smoking marijuana?
That double weed, Ellie.
We have a 3-inch open door policy here, Ellie. This is my house. Like, whoa, Joel, chill, bro.
I think he's just in shock.
Of course.
Don't come after Joel.
Of course. Ninja Kitty Meow, of course, says all the teen things at once. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I like that.
That was
I like
so
that.
hilarious.
Because it's also like that's such a naive thing to say. Like this is not her time, like, getting spicy with a girl.
Yeah.
This is not her first time smoking weed. Like, it's just so naive.
Yeah. Also, definitely uncomfortable when she's 17 and she's like, well, I'm 19. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
What do I think? It's post-apocalypse. I don't know what to think. 2-year age gap. I don't know what to think.
I don't know. A 17-year-old and a 19-year-old, whatever.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I was like, this
like,
is
obviously
crazy.
she wasn't being taken advantage of.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Um,
and I think just showing that Ellie is like a 17-year-old, but actually 30 with like everything she's been through and like her ruthless nature out there and her ability and just everything, like everything Ellie's been through, dude. She's like, add 10 years. Ellie's 25.
That and I think Joel still sees her as a child. So him being like, she's a child or whatever,
so
and like
right.
the person being like, I'm 19, I think is also saying like, I'm also a teenager.
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
we're barely 2 years apart.
Totally.
Yeah.
That post-apocalypse. Everyone always forget, like Walking Dead had the same thing of like, dude, it's post-apocalypse. Things are a little different here. It's like heightened reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw the kind of the origin of her tattoo and stuff.
Yeah.
What did we think about that?
Moth.
We knew Kat gave it to her. That's all we really knew about it. And that they dated for a little bit. But these are the type of scenes like I'm always down to see. Like anytime, again, I said it earlier, anytime you want to show me Joel and Ellie living in Jackson, dude, I am like on the ground. I'm just like, yes. Yes. I will eat the crumbs, Gabby. I will eat all the crumbs. Yeah. But did we enjoy this? Because then we got a little context of her moving out into the garage, which I loved that context. The context for it all. Because in the game, it's like she's just living out in the garage.
Well,
but
in the game, they imply she like moved out to the garage, and it was like
they're tense. There's
bit.
tension.
Yeah.
But I just love that we got to see that in action. I thought it was cool and good.
Yeah. And just like and I like that he didn't stop her moving out to the garage, but he was like, just wait so I can make it nice for you in there.
Totally. Let me fix it all up. Like fine.
You need some space. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some tying back into what you were talking about at the top of the episode, just about being a parent, kind of empty nest, she's moving out type moment, just tying into that parenthood.
How old is his daughter at the beginning of the game? Do you remember?
teens for sure. But Ellie might be older than Sarah was at this point, is what you're getting at.
Yeah, oh, now she definitely is.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
for sure.
He hasn't experienced this yet.
Yeah.
And it's trauma, he's like
12 is the call.
reliving this
Sarah
insane trauma. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Sure.
older for sure.
Like, yeah.
And yeah. But they've been together for, at that point, like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So, but totally. Older girl doesn't know how to parent that,
And no one does.
Yeah.
No one does,
Yeah. He's flying by the seat of his pants here.
Yeah.
He needs a Uncle Tommy, bro. Let's get Uncle Tommy over here. Give him some tips, give him some pointers. Dude. Even though Tommy doesn't know.
But Tommy doesn't have
I
a teenager. Tommy has a toddler. Yeah.
Talk it out, dude.
Tommy's
Talk it out.
son is so cute.
So good. And then we got another jump, right? Am I missing anything? We went from moving out to another jump there.
Let me double check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And then now we're back in almost showtime. Back at Jackson. Anytime I hear that fucking song, dude, it's not right. It's like the Manchurian Candidate. I feel like freaking Frank Sinatra. I'm hearing that song and I'm just
The Crooked Still song? That's what you're talking about?
yes.
Went out one night to make a little round.
Other one. The slow one. The slow one. The one where Dina and her are
I
dancing.
kind of remember.
That one. Yo, what's going on? What's that
Sorry,
noise?
can you hear a loud beeping?
Yeah, is that some Manchurian Candidate? What's going on here?
I thought my ears were ringing for a second. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hold on.
No, something is beeping.
Yeah.
Something is beeping.
Hold on.
Some chaotic beeping chat. This is exactly how Outbreak Day starts, by the way. All of you are all of a sudden just like, holy shit. Gabby's feed comes back on and she's getting bit by an infected right now. Gabby, are you alive? Are you okay? It's not right. Some Final Destination shit. This is not okay, chat. This is not okay. Wait, I hear noise. All right, she's live. Outbreak Day averted. Gabby lives.
Yeah. There was some like gate.
Okay.
Not even ours. The neighbors, and it was like open.
Right. Got it. The dreaded cousins. The dreaded neighbors.
The dreaded cousins.
So yeah,
yeah.
Anytime I hear that song, I get super duper emotional. They should not be allowed to weaponize that track anymore. You're no longer allowed to use it, Last of Us. That's it. You're cut off.
I love that band, and I've loved them for years, long before I ever played Last of Us 2. And I knew that's one of my favorite songs, Little Sadie, the one that was in the
first part.
Not the one you're talking about, but
yeah.
So when that first came on, I was like,
yeah, Gabby, hold
Jesus.
your mic still.
Oh, sorry.
For sure.
Sorry, I'm
chat
emoting.
out. Yeah.
I'm emoting.
Were you done?
Yeah, so I love that band. I love that group.
10 out of 10. It was nice. It was really well directed seeing Joel and family unit sitting there while Ellie and Dina were dancing.
Oh, wait, but we have to talk about the Eugene part. That was before.
Eugene, of course. That was before?
Yeah.
The Eugene flashback, of course.
Yeah, because remember yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, this was also crazy too because Ellie hadn't really been on patrol at this point. So it was really crazy going from like all of the Last of Us encounters to being in Jackson, not going on patrol, Joel being overprotective, keeping her out of patrols. So, this being one of her earliest, if not first patrols was crazy because
it's her first. He says it's her first patrol.
Exactly. So they immediately encounter a bit Eugene, of course. Of course, your first patrol, cursed.
Yeah.
Cursed.
Yeah.
God damn you, Cypher! What a pleasure. What a treasure.
And we kind of knew this was going to happen. We predicted this.
Since day one.
Since day one.
Yeah, we knew. We knew we were getting some Joel murders Cypher shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's also clear he's been like basically, even if she's allowed to do patrols technically because she's old enough.
Yeah.
Like he's obviously been kind of machinating behind the scenes.
Yeah.
To prevent her from doing that as well.
Yeah. This scene. This was brutal, man. This was brutal because it's like Ellie knew, dude. Ellie knew. Fuck the Belly Ramsey haters again. Again. Fuck the haters because this this was good.
I kind of like this change that she kind of just intuits that he lied. Because, she remembers the look on his face.
Yeah.
And she kind of just needed that last bit of evidence.
Yeah. But also giving him again the benefit of the doubt and the hope that he's not lying, dude, because it's Joel, because you love him, you love him. You're just like, no, don't be lying. Don't be lying.
Why didn't Joel, I mean, maybe he just trusts her. Like, why didn't he, when she goes to the, when she finds him and Eugene dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why doesn't Joel just say, yeah, he started to turn and he asked me to shoot him? Like, why didn't he say that?
It's rational thought. That's rational.
Okay.
The emotion, if somebody is dead, you want to like comfort the living. And I think it's all about lying again. You're talking about the parenthood vibe of this episode, and there's
comforting than being like, yeah, I shot him like the head. Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, the parenthood vibe of the episode, but also the lying to your loved ones vibe, lying to the ones you care about the most or the ones you want to protect even, and lying from a good place even. He's coming at it from a good place and he just wants to comfort her. He just wants her to hear the right thing, because that is the last thing that she's ever going to hear about him. And it's easy to be like, oh, I want to hear the truth. Oh, I want to hear the truth. But like, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know if your loved one went out screaming in pain or like took himself out easy peasy good. And if somebody tells you they went out easy peasy good, you want to believe it and you want to hope and you're going to live with that.
Right. But that's why I'm saying I wish he was like, yeah, he told me at the end that he changed his mind. He didn't want you to see him like that.
Totally.
So he told me, he asked me to shoot him.
Easily could have been a better lie. Joel fucked up. He didn't lie well enough.
I mean, but then, the rest of the story doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like, he should have told that lie to Ellie, and he should have told that lie to Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lie to protect.
Yeah. He fucked up. All of it. It was all messy.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't want to add on to the lies he already told. Yeah. I mean.
As if. What's one more?
I know. This
He's
man
told
has
so many lies.
This man has
one more?
Yeah, this man has a million lies. Joel Miller, dude. Liar 101. Murder 101. Like the most loved character, and this character has lied and murdered just about more than anyone. So,
Yeah.
we love
Or
him.
tortured.
We love him.
Tortured. He's a war criminal. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy to think about? You know?
That he's like, he should be tried at the Hague for his offenses. He's essentially a serial killer.
And we're all just like, Joel.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, we love Joel. Also another reason this episode is a 10 out of 10, obviously it goes without saying, Pedro is just like operating at the peak of his power. He's absolutely in his prime of primes. He is having like the moment of moments that any actor in the history of acting dreams of. Pedro can do no wrong. 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
So
he's so good. He's just so good.
Just wow. Wow. Good grief.
So I loved the line when Joel has Eugene, Lenny style of Mice and Men.
Yeah, don't look back.
And I like
Dude,
that
Mice and Men is top 5 most depressing all time. Holy shit.
I love that book. When he says, if you love someone, you can always see their face.
Love that line. It was heavy. And Eugene was like...
That was heavy.
And then Eugene was like, I see her. Because like the words he said took on new meaning as the scene went on, as it inched on. It was like this...
Yeah.
It was like this moment that just hung there. It was just hanging, this moment. And then you see Eugene see her face. And I love that we don't hear the shot. We just see the birds. What a beautiful moment, dude. What? Just another fucking beautiful moment in this great episode.
And it is, in essence, an act of self... Like... I don't think Joel is in the wrong wanting to kill Eugene on the spot and for killing him later. I don't think he's wrong. It's just a different choice, Yeah,
I agree.
It's just
he was already starting to trip out as they were walking back. But then I kind of held my ground actually because he knew Joel still when he was on the cliff. I was like, oh, he's still got a little more time. He wasn't like fully gone. I think if Ellie had run a little bit faster and the horses had galloped a little bit faster, maybe.
Yes, but even so, like he would bring, by the time Eugene got to camp, got to Jackson, he wouldn't be Eugene anymore.
Exactly. But the reason I always say...
And you'd rather shoot him in the back of the head in front of Gale?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no.
The reason I always say that I would die first in the zombie apocalypse, despite being prepared and knowing much zombie apocalypse lore, I would be the first to go, is because I'm a sentimentalist. Is because I would be Ellie there, and I would be like, let him see his fucking wife. He's still here. We can do it. We can do it safely. But still, even doing it safely is a risk. And that's where Joel is the hardcore cop. Joel, I didn't know Joel was a freaking pig. Joel is taking no risk. Joel is taking no risks here. Joel is a cop, dude. Zero risks. Yeah. Joel's a cop, dude. After this episode, Joel's a fucking cop. It makes too much sense. Unreal. Joel's a cop.
What do you mean? I mean, he's the son of a cop, that's for sure.
But yeah, it is risky, so and Joel's not taking chances.
And I'm sure everyone begs like that. This is just the first time Ellie has seen this happen.
So right. Everyone's gonna beg.
And like, okay, if we let Eugene see Gale, now we have to see every infected person see their loved ones before they die.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Where do you stop? Where does it stop? Exactly. We have
Does
rules.
it
They
stop?
said we have rules.
It's-
There's too
it's
much on the
tough.
line.
I'm
There's
sure I
way
would
too
beg
much.
to see my loved ones too, but
Mhm.
like,
That's why I love The Walking Dead, Gabby, is because they have like over the course of the show, they have like 7 different settlements, and every time one zombie slips in, everyone's dead. Like it happens so many times, dude.
Yeah.
Zombie slips in, we're all dead. Same with this
Yes,
shit, dude.
like,
Eugene comes back, starts biting
rules have
people.
changed.
Yeah.
yeah, the rules have changed.
Yeah.
Like, killing him is a selfless act because you are doing it for the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Joel is doing the right thing. As fucked up as it is. But what if? You know what crossed my mind actually before we move on to the end? You know what crossed my mind? Did it cross yours?
Eugene is immune?
Yes. How do we know he's not?
Same.
How do we know he's not?
Yeah.
Give him
I
the
also thought
give
that
him
way.
the chance to discover if he's immune or not. That's what happened to Ellie.
Yeah.
She was ready to blow her brains out, dude, with Riley. Like, come on here. Let him turn to be certain. Cross my mind hardcore.
Agreed.
Yes. Intense. So intense, dude.
Yeah, level 3 Mike said during the walk he was having a hard time concentrating. Yeah,
Totally.
I think Joel could tell
He was rattled.
that's what was going on.
And he knew he was going to kill him no matter what. And he knew Ellie was going to fucking question it till hardcore death. That this was not good no matter what.
And,
he was ready to kill. Ellie's ready to question.
And Darcy Gray said that he said he could feel setting cordyceps. So he also,
You're breaking up.
yeah.
I missed it. Say it all again.
Oh, did you hear me? Did you hear me?
Nope.
You hear me
Say it
now?
again. Say it again.
The hell?
It lagged.
Testing,
it lagged.
testing?
Your mic works. It lagged.
Okay. Darcy said he could feel the cold setting in from the cordyceps. So
Yes,
he
yes,
also
yes.
knew he was
Yeah.
turning. Yeah.
Yeah. And the like ominous music cues as they're slowly stumbling
I mean,
through
he
the
can't hear that.
woods. Yeah. I'm just like, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eugene
But
clearly.
that's true. They should like let people
Yeah.
see if they're immune.
Exactly. And I wanted Ellie to be like, you go get the horses, Joel. I'll wait. Wanted it so bad.
Me too.
I wanted that.
Me too.
Yeah.
But she trusted him in that moment.
Yeah. So intense. Oh, good scene. And then we finally get to almost modern times in the dance hall, what have you.
Right. Dance hall. We see everything from
Ellie,
Joel's
Modest Mind
perspective.
is freaking out. We need to address Modest Mind. He's freaking out. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Why are you all ignoring this? I feel y'all ignoring this. Still ignoring Ellie is the cure. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Ellie has the key. Can't make a stance.
Modest
and
Mind. You're freaking me out. What are you talking about?
Ellie is a coward. She speaks of hypocrisy, but she doesn't speak of her immunity. What do you mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Ellie calling out Joel when she reveals the lie to Gale. She knows she is the cure.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I don't know what you. I don't know what you guys are
we
talking
move
about.
on.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I seriously don't even know. Yeah, because like Ellie can't do anything
no,
about
but,
it. Ellie cannot do a thing about anything. Why not speak up that she's immune and they're not? What? Ellie can't do anything about it.
What does that
Remember
help?
when Ellie tried to fix Sam with the blood? She was like, I'm immune. Here, take some blood. Take some blood. You're good. You're good. And Sam still turned in season 1. What are we talking about? She can't do anything about it. It makes no
And, like,
sense to ever reveal
news
that to
travels
anyone.
fast. Like,
yeah. She's lived the last many, many years every single day trying to keep that under wraps. Trying to keep that the most secret thing of all time. That is like thermonuclear codes she is keeping in her mind. Nobody can know.
Almost everyone who knows that is dead.
Yeah. And she already tried to fix Sam with it, with her blood in season 1. She spread it on him. Did not do a thing. Moving on. Okay. So we're in modern times. Almost modern times.
Or, yeah. The dance.
Yeah. And then we see that other perspective, which I love. I love when you see, like, shows do it all the time. You'll have an episode over here, and then you'll have an episode here, and they kind of like cross. You like see. We're going to see, bless you. We're going to see it in Ballerina when she sees John Wick. We're going to be like, oh, it's John Wick. There he is. We're going to see it. It'll be the same thing. And yeah, we just saw Tommy. They're doing all right. They're doing better than Joel's doing. Uncle Grumpy. Loved Uncle Grumpy, by the way. 10 out of 10.
They're such a cute couple, and they have such a cute baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're living the life.
Yeah. They really are. And then, of course, that moment happens. Yeah. And he slams Seth or whatever. But then we get to what everybody thought they weren't going to do. We knew it was coming. Again, we knew it was coming. We said it 100 fucking times. It's obviously coming in some way. The porch scene.
Yeah.
We got the porch scene. They faked everybody out. Everybody was like,
so stressed out.
Yeah.
I was so stressed out about him playing that beautiful instrument in the cold.
Same. Those nummy hands. Those nummy fingers.
No, the instrument. It's bad for the instrument. You're not supposed to, like...
Even an acoustic?
That's bad for the instrument. Yeah, even more so.
Dang. Yeah. The coffee, I guess, was warming up his hands.
Hated that.
Yeah.
Stressed me the fuck out. Yeah.
Also, his mug...
It's not even the hands, it's the environment.
Also, his mug was 15% too small. 15%.
15% too small.
Yep, the mug. Trust me, dude. Joel's coffee mug is fucking massive. That mug was big, but it wasn't massive. Telling you.
Maybe it was a different mug.
Nope.
It's nighttime, so for him to have a huge cup of coffee before he goes to sleep.
No, it had the owl on it. Incorrect. It was the mug. It needed to be 15% larger. I will call them out. Okay. Yeah. I will call them out on
it might be a Pedro Pascal's hand thing. Like if Pedro has big hands, the mug might look smaller in his.
I'll buy it. This is good. I'll buy that. I'll buy it for sure. I'll buy that for sure. But we get the scene. We got it. 10 out of 10. But also,
I like how much she learns in this scene.
Yeah. But also, as I will defend Bella, I will also praise Ashley.
Totally.
And I will also
But there's different interpretations.
Exactly. And I will always lay my bias out there so everyone knows, my bias is that I've played the game so many times before. So this will always be a copy or a interpretation of the original, So it's just that little it's already kind of competing with my historical love, and my historical lore. So just the expectations are so high, Gabby. They're
like
so
a play.
High.
Yeah. But this is why it's like seeing a play. It's like it's the same story, but it's a different production, or it's the same play, but it's a different production. Yeah. Like I've seen not to say
which have known my psychotic takes in the past.
Shakespeare, but I've seen probably 20 productions of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, oh wow, I loved his interpretation of Bottom, or I loved his interpretation of, Oberon, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're just different, They're so different.
You're so right. Just each version of it, But I feel like I can only get to that point, Gabby, and that's why it's so intense in the moment, and I love replaying and rewatching, is because that place of safety and like that analytical, like, oh, this version, this version, this version only comes with looking back at it. You know, when I'm in the moment of watching this, I can't help but be a human.
Yeah.
I can't help but be a human being and just think of, you know, the game version and compare it to the game version. Whereas
That's okay.
it totally. But it just raises the stakes in it, and it makes me a little harsher, I guess, in some regards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think they don't necessarily not want you to do that, you know?
Fair.
They're not like, oh, I hope people aren't thinking of the game when they watch it. Like, they know people do that.
Totally fair.
It's just,
yeah.
yeah.
But what do you think? What do you think of that scene? The pivotal
That would be
moment?
absurd. That would be insane if they were like, we hope no one thinks of the game.
True.
Like, that's crazy.
True. What do you think here, though? This scene, key moment, key piece, Last of Us lore, right here.
I liked that I like that it's his choice to true rather than in the game
Say it again.
when she finds it all out.
God.
I liked that he makes the choice.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep. 100%.
Okay. Yeah, I like that he makes a choice to tell her the truth. Instead of him being forced to tell her the truth. And I guess he's like a little forced to do it, but I think that's for the TV show.
Yeah.
I think that's a powerful decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the writers, I mean. Like,
I agree.
it's just more active. Yeah.
And then the location of it as well, it makes it just a little streamlined, a little cleaner. You know, in the game, she goes out to the hospital. Yeah. He rides out and finds her.
Yeah, that would waste a lot of time. Yeah.
Like you just casually did the Last of Us journey, or like half of it that quickly, like from Jackson to, you know, that hospital, St. Mary's, like. So yeah, it totally made sense in the show to just do it there.
Yeah.
And it was powerful. It was
So good. And it
powerful.
was New Year's Eve.
Yeah. It was powerful.
Oh.
After the fake out that we got, you know, that was a good fake out.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that fake out. It was a telegraphed fake out, so I guess I was okay with it.
I was a little confused. Okay, so she's asking these questions like, oh, and Marlene and blah blah blah, and she says, could they have made a cure? And Joel says no, but that's not true.
No, he nodded.
They didn't
he nodded.
even know they could have
he
made
nodded.
a cure.
He nodded yes.
Or I'm sorry. She says, could they have made a cure? And he says yes, but the Fireflies didn't even know that.
Exactly. I was like, this conversation needs to be more nuanced.
That was weird.
I agree. That was a little. I needed a little more.
I think he should have said, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. He's like, or he should have even been like, they might have thought so, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Or they thought so.
Yeah.
Like, but
because there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees.
Yes, weird. That's not true.
I agree. They
were like, we hope. Even the Fireflies, they were like, we hope.
Yeah.
She can make it. Like, yeah. That was weird.
Yeah. I agree. Felt like Druckmann was just trying to outright confirm it. Yeah.
I guess. But that's not in the text.
Yeah.
Like, that's not in the.
Because I was like getting really frustrated. And then at least he was like, well, doing it would have killed you. But I was like, please use more words here. That was the scene I wanted a little more words.
Yeah.
I wanted just a little more words.
Except for that one part, I didn't mind that he basically didn't speak. Because Joel is not an emotional person.
You're so right. You're so right.
He's
it's hard for me to
like hardened. He's raised by an abusive cop. Like he's not in touch with his feelings in a lot of ways, and I think he's not used to crying in front of Ellie. Right. He's not used to crying. Period. Probably. Yeah. So he's been caught. Like this is both depressing because your daughter is angry, you just fucked up and you embarrassed her. And you are embarrassed
Yeah.
because you have been caught lying. Like, this is your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Your daughter hates you, and she realized that you have been lying to her, and she's right to hate you. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in the whole game is when she's like, I don't know if I can forgive you for this, but I want to try. That line, dude, that is like, give Ashley Johnson the Emmys there. That's the line that always like punches me straight in the belly. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so human.
It's really mature.
It's so human, dude. It's like the most fucking humanity shit I've ever like felt watching. You know, it's like, it's that top tier, dude. I love it. I love it. I want to try.
I mean, I think it speaks to Ellie's trauma because there's so many people that she has known who have died, and she just saw 9 months ago. She saw Eugene not get the opportunity to say that to say his last words or hear last words from Gail.
Yeah.
So I think probably always on her mind is like, okay, any day could be the last day.
Yeah.
That any of us see each other. Any of us, anyone who's not me could get bit by a vampire. He would get bit by a zombie.
A vampire?
Yeah. I'm introducing vampires into this.
Sinners
cross
sinners.
sinners.
Yep. Predator versus The Last of Us, dude.
Yes. That's a great idea.
Predator versus a bloater would be sick.
Whoa. Yeah. So, you know, I think I see in that, like, I might regret forgiving him.
Yeah.
But I will never regret I might regret forgiving him, but I will definitely regret not forgiving him. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. So human.
Okay.
So human, dude.
Yeah.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Human. Straight up. It's so good. Like, that is my favorite shit any story can do, whatever medium it is, where two people are just looking at each other, talking to each other, and you think about the entire human experience. No matter how simple it is, it can be the simplest thing, but as long as it gets you thinking about all of that stuff, like, that's effective, and that means a lot to me. You know, when I start thinking about my own life and my own emotions and, you know, empathizing with those characters that I'm watching, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's why we're here. So
Totally.
Yeah, it was so great.
There's a meme going around that's like, oh, I forgot this whole point. That's the caption, and then it's just like a video of someone like enjoying a little moment, you know?
Sick.
And people are like, oh, I forgot this was the whole point, or oh, love is the whole point, etc., etc. And
Sick.
it's true.
What's going around right now?
Yeah, it's a meme going around. I'll send you.
You send me that one. That's sick. That's good shit.
Yeah.
What it's all about, the little moments.
And I it's also so devastating to me that, you know, we end the episode with him, besides the little kind of coda at the end, we end Pedro's journey on the show with Joel saying, yeah, I just hope you'll do better than me.
Yeah.
And reiterating that he would do it all again if he was given a second chance.
100%.
Like, being like, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah.
In some ways.
But I do it again.
But I don't care.
Pretty
because
sure
I
he
got
says
to
that in
have
the
you
game.
for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's intense. That's why there'll never be world peace. That's why humans will always kill each other no matter what, because you're going to protect yours first.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah, there will never be world peace because of Joel. But we love Joel. It's complicated. It's messy.
That's the point. We all love complicated people.
It is. It
And
really
we are
is.
all complicated people.
Why's it gotta be so?
Why'd you have to go with me?
Anything else? What was the final? The final
The coda was her like walking to the theater.
walking to the theater. That's right. That's right.
Yeek.
Still so much more to go, though. Still so much more. My God. Still a lot of those
I'm
fireflies
stressed.
alive. Still so many alive. In the wind.
Yeah.
Manny in the wind. Mel, Owen in the wind. All of them.
Fuck Mel.
Off the radar, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna. I swear, if we get what we thought the final episode would be now without doing the aquarium, I will. If I don't mind that.
I don't think we're skipping it. That
There's
would
no
be
way.
really crazy.
There's no way. There's no way. Final episode
It's also
could be
important to the plot.
Yeah, there could be like aquarium. I think it's all in this final episode. Is like aquarium, then. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, dude. We'll see. It probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. I cannot believe it's the last episode already. Holy shit.
That's really crazy.
Half a season.
We just started. Yeah, this is
season
2, part 1.
2A, yeah, 2 part 1.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
This is like Squid Game, except we
Yeah.
have to wait way longer for the second half of the.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But we are back, and this franchise has very high highs and some intense lows
The lowest of lows.
for some. The show for me, this season has had its moments. Again, we continue to reiterate that there will be more seasons, more episodes, and our opinions change as they should over time.
Yeah.
But one thing is clear with this episode, the pendulum keeps swinging. We have hope for a good season. This time last week I was nervous. I was nervous.
Me too. I was,
and now
I was shaking in my boots.
Yeah, and now it's like, all right, dude, just have a good finale. We're there. We got this. And then, season 3, whatever the hell that may be. And again, I will reiterate, I really want to triple down, make a cut of all the times I say this. If the Rat King is less than a 10 out of 10, the entire show is a fail.
I mean, we're not seeing the Rat King this.
No, that'll be season 3.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. I'm just planning ahead. I'm telling you right now. Anything less than Stan Winston quality is a fail.
I mean,
an abject failure.
The bloater in the first season looked so good.
It was good.
It's
really
just
good.
got to be practical. That's the thing. It just has to be practical.
And it needs to be perfect.
Okay.
Anything less than perfection.
Yeah, I
Gabby.
will say it will help that it's dark in there. It will definitely help.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, that'll just make it look better.
You're right.
Yeah.
We are starting the Rat King countdown, dude. Now, man. We are years away.
Countdown to Rat King.
Countdown to Rat King, dude. Countdown.
Holy Lord.
Dude, that Asian VFX guy who's always so hyped in the making of.
God.
Dude.
Isn't he a set design?
Dude.
Yeah, VFX.
He's already salivating at the Rat King, dude. He's ready.
He's pumped.
He's
pumped.
ready. He's so ready.
Yeah.
Darcy, he's gonna lose it, dude. Yeah. The behind the scenes better be 20 minutes of him, dude.
Yes, just designing the costume and like we're at it. But he's a VFX guy. He's hopefully not gonna be involved.
It's so epic. Also, not enough Jesse.
He was in it for 1 second.
Yeah. I know. I'm just gonna say that
because he was in the opening credits, so it was like, oh, Jesse.
Yeah,
he's gonna be in this episode. I guess it's not all a flashback.
It
And
needs
then
Jesse.
He was just in the flashback.
Dang it.
But you know what? Get your money, young Mizuno. Get your money.
Yeah.
You literally don't say a word.
All right, everybody. Any other
Wait,
final?
one more thing.
And final comments from chat. Get them in. I'll read them off before we end. Final thoughts. Final takes.
Does Joel? What did Joel mean when he was like, "I was a little embarrassed about what I had to do to get it, the coffee"? What the fuck does that mean?
Traded half his stash. Traded his supplies. It was always my take. Yeah. Gave away things. Built things even. Maybe he even went out and cleared something for someone. But I always assumed.
But why would he be embarrassed about that?
I always assume he gave things. He traded things. Because there's the line, my favorite line in the whole game, where Joel would trade half his stash for a bag of beans. So I assume it's trading.
But why would he be embarrassed?
Because
he said it was...
Because of how much he traded. It'd be like you spent $10,000 for a bag of coffee.
I see.
Like, just gave away so much. Yeah.
And I it's just so crazy. Like, they're just not in the right place to even be able to grow beans.
Yeah. Oh my God, Gabby, what I would do for coffee. Like I would be like Joel. That's why I always relate so much to that. Is like my coffee love and addiction both. It's a love. It's like gambling. I love it and I'm addicted both. Careful. Coffee. Coffee. Like I would give so much for coffee.
You know, I went to a coffee plantation in Costa Rica.
Sick.
Yeah.
No way.
When I was like 16.
That's so fun.
15.
Oh my God, that's so fun. All right, final thoughts. Chatteroony, what do we got? Ninja says it makes the whole Ellie putting the coffee beans at his grave make more sense. Great call, recontextualizing that scene. We love that. Yeah. Ninja Kitty, good eye. Very excellent. 10 out of 10.
See?
Mm-hmm. Ellie saying Dixon vagina killed me. Also, excellent. Excellent.
We didn't talk about the brief Catherine O'Hara and Pedro Pascal scene in the diner where they talk about this.
I meant to say Gail 10 out of 10 stealing every episode, dude. God.
And they talk about the like symbols, the dream symbol.
Yeah, the tattoo. Yeah. Oh, we were talking about that. We were talking about the tattoo. Life and death. It means death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I know we knew that Kat gave it to her in the game, but I don't think we ever got into the deeper meaning of the tattoo.
I don't think so either.
I think that was all behind the scenes, you know, what it represents thematically and stuff. But like in universe, why Ellie got that was never a thing. So yeah. Huber, what do you think of Andor? 10 out of 10. No spoilers. Don't talk about it. Modest Mind, the interaction they hid from us. They fell in love again. Joel trying to smile with everything. Yep. Loved that. Modest Mind. 10 out of 10. Dude, the fuck. I'll try, man. I'll try. Is so good. Just on the porch. I'll try.
Oh, when she says I'll try.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Like.
Oh, wait.
It just blows me away, man. It just blows me away.
Yeah. That Darcy brought up when Pedro was crying in the capsule.
The end of a tear. You see the end of a tear. Obsessed.
He's been crying.
Obsessed. Dude, he's been crying. Obsessed. Holy shit, obsessed. Dude, yes.
Like, what a good choice.
Oh my God, dude.
What a good choice. Both script wise. I assume it in the script it says he's been crying, but
he's
like what a great choice. For what a great actor's choice for
10 out of 10.
He's like he gets to take care of someone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like they kind of hint that he's been alone. Since he got to Jackson, pretty much not you know, alone romantically. He doesn't have a partner, and is like kind of a loner. Like he's been there for 3 months, and Seth is still like, "Hey, new guy" or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of alone. So to have his person there with him and to see her happy, like there's nothing better
Yeah.
than to do something nice.
Even
some-
Tommy, like, they were like reassuring him, like, everything's fine, man. Like, everyone loves you. You're doing great. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's just, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Need Druckmann to direct every episode in season 3. I agree. Get with it, Druckmann.
Sure.
Direct all of them. Because, yeah, that episode, man, it just has the... It has the eye. It has the touch. It knows it knows the moments that it needs to extract and the emotions it needs to hit perfectly. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this extended episode. That was the penultimate. It deserves it.
Penultimate.
It really brought us back from the brink there. 10 out of 10. Really loved it. Super duper loved it. The show has me now, and it's really all we are on a hard 8 now for the finale. We are on a hard 8. The finale hits or it doesn't, dude. It's a lot of pressure.
I'm stressed.
I'm
But I'm not
stressed.
going to think about it. I'm not going to, until the episode is over, I'm going to reserve judgment, reserve.
Until I am sitting here talking it out with you, I will keep it chill.
Exactly.
Because we have established, Gabby, that this is the extreme slow burn.
Yes.
The slowest. I mean, you're going to introduce one of your big movie stars, Caitlin Dever, for 15 minutes.
Yeah, another person they had for 2 days.
You know? Like, that's how slow of burn we are, where Caitlin Dever has been in this for 1 second. Because she's coming later.
Yeah, I mean, I assume season 3 is going to be like all her.
Front and center. She'll be the front of the poster, dude. Guaranteed.
Yeah, you're right.
Abby's front and center. It's crazy. I love that though. I always love what that does to your secondary or your main characters when they take a back seat. Mm-hmm. When Ellie is your supporting character, whenever Ellie shows up, it's like, oh shit,
she's here.
Ellie's here. Yeah. And it's like, well, she's her main character. Of course she's here, but they treat her like some side character. Like, dude, sick. I love that shit. All right, everybody. Till next Sunday, we will see you. And in the meantime, on Tuesday, we will be streaming the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Do not miss it.
Oh.
That will be a delight, everybody. An absolute delight. So we'll see you then, and thanks for watching. This was episode 6 of season 2 of The Last of Us Spoiler Mode with Gabby and myself. And we will be back here this time next week for the grand finale. Always scary watching a finale. It's over. Every second goes by, you feel the minutes slipping away. I don't like it. There's a pressure involved that I do not enjoy.
The series. Okay, wait. I have a story really quick. Yeah. So the second to last episode of Lost ever.
Yeah.
It's either the third or second to last. It's a Jacob and Esau flashback.
10 out of 10.
And I liked it.
Same.
But when I watched it with my friend, she literally cried because she was like, why the fuck are we spending time with these idiots, these chuckle fucks, when we could be spending our last moments with these characters that we've like watched for 10 years, basically.
Damn, contextualizing it, building it up, setting it up.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked the episode, but I understand why she was.
Yeah. Lost rewatch tonight. Ninja, exactly.
Yeah, watch all seasons tonight.
Yeah. But all right, everybody. Yeah, not a filler episode, an emotionally heavy episode.
Yeah.
Integral to our character's psyche. All right, everyone. Till next week. Be here next week. It all ends. Hashtag it all ends.
spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode activated.